Hey everyone, Michelle here for the TogetherweR channel, for TogetherweR Mondays. So this week the topic was chosen by Arc Drummer, who is one of our new team members. If you haven't been introduced to her or the other new members, go check out their videos. They just recently loaded their first videos, which are talking about their stories, their eating disorders, and things that they're interested and passionate about. So definitely a good way to start off the year, especially with the new team members. But without further ado, I want to just start talking about this week. So the topic of this week is what got you motivated to recover, and um, how can you help somebody with that? Is there something that you learned in your motivation that you can attribute to another person? Um, so I have two main impacts that I really want to talk about. The first one is someone that it's a person, someone that I hold in a special place in my heart just because of all of the support that they have given me. A couple of years ago, I was on a website and I reached out. I created an alias, and I reached out for support. And I said, "Look, I have an eating disorder and I need to talk to somebody." So I started talking with this girl from Alabama, and I should have never met her. She's in Alabama, I'm in Pennsylvania. We were so far apart, and yet we became so close. Um, and we started exchanging emails, which we exchanged for over a year. And she was just there to listen to me and be supportive and help me through all of the distorted thoughts and thinkings and all of the times that I was depressed and I was losing it and I didn't know what to do. She was just there as a friend who could listen, offer support. I know multiple times she said that she would call somebody, like my school or somebody, if I needed her to. But she was just so like helpful because she kept reiterating the fact that I deserve to recover and that I deserve to be happy and like get support and stuff. And I was just like in awe of that. Like for so long I was in denial. I didn't think my eating disorder was that bad. I didn't think I needed to go in recovery. But she was telling me that things could be so much better than hating yourself every day um and just being physically ill every single day, that I was just like drawn to like the hope that she gave me. And so that the 6 months before I went into my counselor's office and told her about my eating disorder, um, we were talking and we would send like messages that took us 40 minutes to write, and we would send like four a day, and like we were very into it, and I was like needing all of her support and stuff, so that when I walked into my counselor's office, I was just like sure that even though she wasn't there in the room with me, that like she was there supporting me, which made it so much easier because with eating disorders, you feel like, oh, it's not that bad, or you're making things up sometimes. And she was just that support that said, no, I deserve better. And having a voice like that, having a friend who maybe I didn't know personally, but having somebody like that in my life greatly impacted me, and was one of the major reasons why I started recovery. And so I think that if anyone's watching this video who has a friend who has an eating disorder or self-injures, is depressed, or has another mental illness, just be there, be supportive, and let them know that you care and that they deserve more than this. But don't put it on them. Don't make it their fault. Just be a friend to them. I think one of the best quotes, I'm a big quote person, one of the best quotes I've ever heard is, "The distance to a friend's house is never far." And I think that quote is so good because I I message with a bunch of you guys, as you guys know, and I have friends in Alabama and Oregon and the UK and so many different places. And it's like with these things, like I'm messaging you via Facebook or via YouTube, or email, but I don't consider it a big distance. I consider our friendship and our support that we offer one another so much stronger than that. And that the distance, even though it's thousands of miles or hundreds of miles, that's nothing compared to this. So I think that just being there and being a supportive friend is a major impact in my life that I think that you guys can do, um, in the people around you. The other thing I want to talk about is health. Health was another reason which led me into um, recovery. Now, although, as you guys know, I suffer from EDNOS, which means that I was never emaciated and I was never overweight. I have always been within the healthy brackets of my like height for weight, weight for height, I mean, and just because I just want to clarify this, just because you're within a healthy limit does not mean that you do not have a life-threatening illness. I think that I when I was at one of my most healthiest weights was when I was most involved in my eating disorder. And I know that I had a lot of health complications with just like a lot of stuff that was going on. And like every single day, I was over exercising and I felt like my legs were just going to collapse. Like I was waiting for the day when I would just fall to the ground in class. And my legs were killing me. I would get short of breath walking upstairs. I had headaches and felt lightheaded all of the time. I'd come home from school and just go to sleep because I had no energy to do anything. Um, I was severely depressed, and during this time, I was just waiting for the day that I would faint. I was waiting because I wanted that final, like, aha, like, yes, I did it. I was sick enough to need medical attention, which I think that's such a bad impetus for seeking recovery because you can have a severe eating disorder at any weight. And I know that might not make sense to somebody watching this who has never suffered from an eating disorder, but let me just clarify something. Your brain needs calories and it needs healthy fats in order to function and work properly. And when you are denying your brain that, you start like acting differently. I know my words started slurring and I was the slowest speaker ever. Oh my gosh. People must have thought it was stupid. Like, I drew everything out. I would be talking to somebody mid sentence, pull a complete blank, have no idea what was going on. And that was happening more than once. It was happening around 20 times a day. And I was just so out of it. And I had, like, there would be times where I would, like, be out of my body and like my body was technically like working, but I was trapped inside my mind. Like I could not, like, for example, right now I wouldn't know that I was sitting here. I would be more like in my head thinking about, oh my gosh, what's for dinner, what's blah 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 going on, like that. Also, when you deny yourself the calories and healthy fats, your brain isn't able to think properly, and that's why the depressing thoughts comes in, the distorted viewpoints on calories, food, body, and also you can't think of new thoughts. It's very hard to do that, or at least in my case it was. And so I would have like a string of like 10 thoughts running through my mind all day long. And it was those 10 thoughts that just like were either self-loathing or questioning me what I was going to eat or yelling at me, telling me that I had eaten too much, and that I was going to be fat and I was going to die and just all this horrible stuff. And I think that having that poor health and being so engrossed in my eating disorder definitely like was one of the reasons why I wanted to get out. I didn't want to suffer. I didn't want to be in this pain anymore that I was in because to me it didn't make sense why I wanted why was I in class instead of like learning about French or learning about physics or something. Why was I sitting there waiting, hoping, and like praying that I would faint? There was definitely distortion there. But I think that health scares are something that can lead you to recover from your eating disorder and enter therapy. But one thing that I just have to say with that is it's very hard. Um, and I know that in my case, I haven't been as bad as some, but I have been worse than others. It's like you can't say like, oh, I'm nothing compared to some people, but some people again are worse. But just because of that doesn't mean that my problems aren't important. Um, but I think definitely using like your health and your well-being, if you are in pain every day, that is something that shouldn't be happening. Like, you shouldn't be afraid of everything, you know? Like, you can't do things just because the thoughts are telling you that you can, or things of that nature. And so I hope that answers that question. And if you guys have any questions on that or want me to clarify anything, let me know in the comments below or something. But the question of the week is, list 5 of your favorite artists, singers, etc. So I actually don't listen to a lot of music. Um, and I like mix up music. Like, I'll like take songs from different artists and strew them together. It's actually really funny because I have this motivational CD that I play in my car, and I drive a girl to school, and she must just think I'm crazy because I have short-term memory loss, right? Like, when it comes to music. And so like a song will come on, and there's only 10 songs on the CD, and it comes on and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Skyscraper by Demi Lovato. Wow, that's so cool. I love that. And then, like, I don't know, like, however long, 10 songs later, basically, so it's back on that, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's Demi Lovato's Skyscraper. I love this song. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I just don't know how to, like, remember that. And so I think she thinks I'm, like, crazy because I'm always like, oh my gosh, I love this song. But I made the CD, so of course I love the songs. Like, it's weird like that. But anyway, I have 4, I couldn't think of 5, but I have 4 artists who I do really love. Not in any specific order, but I really love Pink. Um, she's actually from my general area, Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia, closer than Harrisburg. And yeah, so really excited there. And I just love all of her songs. I love her song Perfect. It's actually my ringtone. Love it to death. I also love like Raise Your Glass and stuff. I don't know. I think she's just a really good singer, and her music videos are awesome. I love them. The second band that I like is Tokyo Hotel. Um, you might have heard of them, might not. If you heard of them, you probably know their song Monsoon, but I'm a big fan of them. I listen to their music both in German and English, and I love their song Don't Jump, which in German is Spring nicht. And that, I don't know, I just love it. It's awesome. Go check it out if you've never heard it. Like, I love it so much. Yeah, so Tokyo Hotel, big fan. Saw them in concert. Yay. Okay. Third one is Super Chick. It's a Christian band, and the lead singer actually had an eating disorder, and so a few of her songs, like Stand in the Rain and One More, and they actually have like Beauty from Pain and Courage, that are all eating disorder related, or talking about like in generalized, like you might not directly say eating disorder in it, but yeah, awesome songs, great artists there. And Satellite was a CD that I was sent when I ordered some TWLOHA, which is To Write Love on Our Arms, shirts, which I love that organization, so it's so good there. But I'm going to end this video because it's getting a little long, guys, and yep, I guess I will see you next week. I hope that all of you are well. I have a quick few side notes before I say goodbye, though. First off, we just recently created a Tumblr, and I know I have said this on all of my channels, and I'm getting the message out, but I'm really interested in this Tumblr because it is a pro-recovery Tumblr that I just am having fun doing and working on. So go check that out, the link's below. Also, if you are interested in being a part of the Eating Disorder Awareness Week, which is the last week in February, I'm working on my personal channel to like get oh, what was it? What was I gonna say? That was funny. Okay, oh, to get a video together. So I will post the link for that below, so that if you guys are interested in being a part of that, you can find out what I am really looking for there and just let me know. Yeah, so apart from that, I hope all of you guys are well. As I said, check out the new team members, and yep, if you have any questions that you would like us to address, topics, or if you just want to say hi, you can message us. Yep. Okay, so bye from me.